The biggest challenge working with the technicians is trying to keep up with the new technology, as I'm an older plumber, and the older plumbers tend to have learned kind of the hard way, where they've come up more with computers and stuff like that. So
the way I plan on achieving my goal of becoming a plumbing manager is really listening, putting into place all of those things that my guys, everyone around me, and my current managers are trying to tell me. They've been guiding me the whole time.
I see myself in 5 years career-wise, hopefully still doing plumbing. I'm still young, and I'd like to do this for many, many more years and hopefully use my knowledge to help other plumbers grow. I'll advance in the company as we're growing, and maybe at one point becoming a manager, and being able to, like I was saying earlier, go back and help these guys, maybe put some of my old school stuff to their new school stuff and come up with something new.
Some of the major obstacles that I've come across obtaining my goal as a manager is really my own baggage, kind of a mindset, I guess, that fear of making that leap. Once you've been out in the field for so long, it's just, that's what you do. It can be fearful to just jump into a new position that it's plumbing related, but it is completely different.
Over the years, I have seen several outstanding technicians. Working here in Plumbing Nerds, there's several. Some guys surprise you where you would think that they wouldn't have the knowledge in some sort of thing, would come back and say, oh no, it's like this, this, and this, and they can kind of recite the code or whatever right to the definition. And I literally keep my mouth shut and I got to go back and look it up and be like, I'll be damned. Their workmanship, the way they treat the customers is outstanding. It's not like years and years ago.
Yeah, as far as advice for you other guys out in the field trying to reach those higher goals, my best advice is don't be afraid to. Don't be afraid to lead. Don't be afraid to step out of that comfort zone. You've earned it. Listen to the right people. Listen to the people that are above you. They're trying to help you. Sometimes it seems like maybe they're coming down on you, things like that. But the reality is they want you to be successful. Your life is going to be full of change. This is just going to be one more change.
So in order to help the Texans achieve their goals, I have a position here in this company currently. It's called a success coach. And what I do is I help them learn how to speak with the customer, their actions on the jobs, how to go back and do research, do their follow-ups, and sometimes you might give an estimate to a customer and they may say, oh, I have to think about it. Back in the day when we would do that, somebody said I got to think about it, that was a no. Today we're finding that thinking about it is literally thinking about it. So my job as a success coach is to teach these guys to, in fact, go back and call on their customers and make sure that they're following up and seeing if there's any questions or anything that, and doing everything for the customer needs, basically. And I believe that if we do this, they'll be successful for sure.
My biggest influence, I would almost say I'd have to say my dad, but also all of the plumbers that trained me.
I don't think I chose plumbing as a career path. I think it chose me. Sounds weird. Family, basically. Yeah.
My most satisfying moment in the industry, it would have to be right after I got my journeyman's license in Texas, in Austin. I really felt that I had proven myself at that time. I put in the time. I could have gotten my license probably maybe 4 years sooner than I did, but I didn't feel like I earned it yet.
The number one piece of advice I can give to a new plumber coming in is don't give up. Always ask somebody. There will be somebody that has that answer. Don't give up. Keep pushing.
In 10 years, I see myself deep sea fishing on my own boat on the weekends with maybe an ice cold Corona, living life. That's what I came here for. I really hope when it's all said and done that the guys that I've trained, the apprentices that I've I've basically brought up that didn't even know what a pair of channel locks were to these guys are making more money than I probably ever will. That was really satisfying for me in almost like a parenting way, that I didn't know how much of an influence I had on them. It's like having your first child. I mean, it's very gratifying. That's what it's been for me.